Whether you like the sound of your voice or you just need to record good voiceover for your video, these are 4 tips to keep in mind. Number 1, use the best mic you can find. You don't need to have a fancy podcast microphone. I'm personally using a cheap one from Best Buy at the moment. You can use voice memos on your phone and just talk into the bottom of your phone where the mic is, and you can even use your Apple AirPods. Whatever mic you have that is the best quality, use that one. Number 2, get as close to your mic as possible. When you're far away from your mic, it picks up a ton of other noises. So if you're standing a few feet away, it'll pick up a ton of background noise, and then it will sound less professional. So for me personally, I'm usually about 6 inches from the mic, and that's where I try to stay the whole time. Especially during recording, I try to keep the same distance from the microphone to ensure that the audio levels are the same. If I get closer to the mic during recording, then it will slowly start to get louder and louder, just like this. And if I get farther and farther away, but I keep the same level, then it starts to get quieter and quieter. So you want to stay the same distance from the microphone the entire time of recording. Number 3, even though you want to be close to the microphone, do not put your mouth on the microphone. You're going to sound exactly like those people in the airplane who sound like the microphone is down their throat.
If I'm this close and my mouth is on the microphone, it sounds terrible.
Also, that's just gross. Don't do it. Number 4, make sure you're in a good room for audio recording. Now, this doesn't mean you have to be in a full-blown studio with vocal panels up on the walls for good acoustics. It just means that you're in a quiet space. So if you're in your kitchen, make sure your dishwasher's not running. If you're in the room next to the laundry room, make sure that the washer and dryer are turned off. Just make sure you are in a relatively quiet area. Now, this also means being in a space that is not like your bathroom. If you've ever sung in your bathroom and you thought you sounded amazing, it's probably because of a thing called a reverb. That's that echoey sound that happens when you sing in the shower. This is great when we sing to ourselves, but for audio recording, it is not good. The reason this happens is because you're in a small space with a lot of hard surfaces and nothing to absorb the sound. So when you record your voiceover, you want to be in a bigger space with things that will absorb the sound. This can be furniture, carpet, rugs, etc. Right now, I'm recording in the kitchen, and because it's a large room and around me, I have a rug, I have a couch, I have multiple blankets. There are not a lot of hard surfaces close to the microphone that the audio waves can bounce off of, so the audio sounds clean and there's no echo. If I record in the bathroom, it's going to sound a little something like this, and there's just going to be way too much echo. That can be really cool for specific effects and maybe singing, but whenever it's for voiceover, it can just be distracting to the viewer and they click away. Number 5, I would suggest not recording voiceover outside unless you absolutely have to. And if you are outside, I would definitely use a windscreen that goes over your microphone. This just ensures that there's no harsh wind noise and the audio stays high quality. Number 6, just know where you're recording your audio. So for your phone, you can record directly into voice memos, and on your computer, both Mac and Windows come with a software called Voice Recorder, and you can just record directly into your computer from there. If you're in a situation where your audio is super important and you don't have the chance to go back and re-record, then I highly suggest having multiple channels of audio. This just means having multiple mics set up in case one goes out and doesn't work. That way you still have a backup line that you can use and you're all clear. The last tip I have is to maintain the same level of loudness. Just so that the recording is consistent, it's important that you maintain the same level of loudness. You don't want to be talking super quiet at the beginning and then super loud at the end, just because the audience will notice.